Hello, Scott Wilson. We're building in public, co-founder of Microschool News and Jodical. And today it was really about one of my biggest pet peeves, and that's as a developer over the years, is when the stakeholders would scope creep me. And so we'd get these requirements that would keep being added to, and this is just one of those things that gets old really quick. Well, I did it to myself today, and I added 4 more hours of development time to a feature that didn't require it. I don't know how often you guys get caught up in something and you get really excited about it and you go down these rabbit trails. I try to avoid rabbit trails because when I do get one, I get into that flow mode and I just wake up 4 hours later and going, where'd the time go? That happened to me today over a tweet. So we built into our news feed, we have an aggregation tool on the back end of Microschool News that allows us to curate these articles under these articles or research papers or podcasts, links to all the various things. Well, the first thing that I got hung up on was the fact that we have an actual Twitter feed over here on the right with a little birdie, but when you click on this birdie, you go directly to the tweet. And so I got hung up on, well, when you click on our birdie, it shares the actual article. That was the first one that got me hung up. Well, I kind of got over that and just made an executive decision that you click a bird, you click a bird. Don't know how to really, I can't change anything on Twitter, but it's kind of universal. You see the bird, you're going to share it. So the next step was, well, I want to give credit. And so building into the curation tool was adding the source. So now, going from just a title and a link, I got more elaborate and I wanted to start sharing automated hashtags and blah, blah, blah. So next thing I know, I'm wrapped up in scope creep. And so I had to reel it in after kind of a frustrating segment. So, for me, I don't know how it works for you, when you have to cut yourself off and say, slow down, keep it simple, and go back to the KISS principle. That was where I was at today, and that was kind of, I've done this a couple times in the last 2 weeks where not following the KISS principle has nipped me in the butt. But it works now, and we have an automated source feature so that we can give credit to the writers or the sources of our articles. Sometimes the authors are not listed, or the podcast hosts. You kind of get into this. Do I include the hosts and the guest, or just the guest? And the automated tool is really focusing in on the person providing the content, not necessarily the guest. Though, because it's popping up in a window of Twitter, you can simply just add in an additional source. So I kind of simplified it that way. I walked it back from trying to do multiple sources and saying, well, if I really want to target the person, I can just add them and find them. It's less automation than I want, but it's simpler. And so that is the lesson of the day, is not to be your own scope creeper. And I'm sticking with that one. It's not fun. Have fun. Enjoy. Thanks for joining our building in public journey. We're really getting excited now. We have the core architecture done. Subscribe if you want to follow our little journey that we're going on. What else are you supposed to say at the end of a video? Subscribe, like, share. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time. I hope you don't get caught up in scope creep as much as I'm doing today, because it's a time waster. Take care.